Hi y'all, Monica here with So Many Shows, SoManyShows.com, and this is Monica's Reality. And I know last week I promised you that I was going to have my daughter to talk about 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days, but unfortunately reality set in my house and she's sick, so we'll bring her back another time. We're still going to talk about the show, but first I want to talk about two shows that just ended this week. First we have Big Brother 19. I wasn't excited about this show. It didn't feel like anybody was really playing the game. They were kind of following, Paul around like a little puppy dog. Josh won, and I think he earned it. I think he deserved it. I was a Josh fan way over Paul. Sorry, Big Brother fans, but this person here is glad that Josh won over Paul. The next one was America's Got Talent, and I told you in my last week's video, my pick was Darcy Lynn, and I can't tell you how excited I was that Darcy Lynn won. This little girl is amazing. Congratulations, Darcy Lynn. And now on to 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. And that is a long name. But this season, I don't know that I can really pick a couple that I think is going to survive, because I think I have issues with every one of these couples. I'm not really sure what is going on. Maybe they just picked the couples that they thought would be the best drama. I don't know, but I've got some issues, so let's talk about it. First, Paul and Creanie is from the Philippines, and Paul went through a lot, like a 2-day boat ride to get to her, and then sat there for what felt like ever waiting for her. The problem is that Paul brought these huge containers, like 3 of them in a bag and all this other stuff, because he's afraid of everything. I wouldn't be surprised if he was afraid of his shadow. I mean, he brought mosquito net, he brought MREs and first aid kits. I mean, we even saw how wackadoodle this guy was, excuse me, when they went swimming and he had to put a condom on because he was afraid of the fish swimming up his urethra, and then he put on this like plastic bodysuit, which, let me remind you, filled with water. And she's like, I don't know what to do. And let's not forget that these two can't speak each other's language. They use an app. The worst part about this, and this is what I would have been like, dude, I am out, was when he asked her, or actually told her before they could be intimate, she had to take a pregnancy test and an STD test. Sorry, dude. Your worries and your freakouts are just too much for me to handle. I am out of here. Next, we have Darcy, who's 42, and Jesse, who's 24. I don't have a problem with the big age gaps on these shows, but I don't know if, because Jesse's from Amsterdam, if these two having their issues, because you can already see their issues, is because of a cultural difference, because she's kind of like, woo, everywhere, and he's just like really, kind of just like real monotone, real chill. I don't know if that's, like I said, cultural, maybe because he was in the military in his country. He also does seem a little controlling to me, and again, that could be a cultural thing, but she is just like out there. He's the love of my life. She bought this ring to put on her engagement finger. Who does that? She keeps bugging him about marriage and all this other stuff, and in my mind, that just is going to push the man away. Not to mention the fact that even his own father said that he is way out of her league, and everybody around him has a problem with the age difference. I just don't see this couple lasting. On top of that, they're at dinner. She asks about his Facebook status. He doesn't want to change it. He could care less. And it seemed to me like she was going to burst out and cry. Darcy, honey, that is like 15-year-old high school junior high stuff. I just don't see this couple lasting. And she's going to go away with a broken heart, and he's just going to move on. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens with that couple. The other couple is Sean and Abby. Sean is 47, Abby is 20, and she's from Haiti. Again, I don't have a problem with these big age gaps that we have here, but the problem I do have is that if you need to buy her all these gifts and presents and give her all these things, it's probably not real love. You're trying to buy her love, and she's trying to get as much as she can from you. To top that off, she's got an ex-boyfriend who she says is her friend, who is still hanging around. And let's not forget that during an interview, when she's supposed to be talking about Sean, she says, Sean. So I don't see that happening. He's trying to decide still if he wants to ask the girl to marry him. What? Come on, dude. Like, you see that there's that big red flag, and that big red flag says Chris on it. It's time for you to just move on. Been kind of disappointed, because I wish that I could really love one of these couples. One of them is Patrick and Miriam. Miriam is from Paris. Patrick, my heart breaks for you. We saw last week that Miriam told you she had a boyfriend. She didn't tell you before you came to Paris. She had all this other time to tell you, Miriam, what the heck? This guy seems like a normal dude. What's up with that? I am so Team Patrick on this one. I just can't deal. The other couple is Courtney and Antonio. And most of the season, we've been wondering, is Antonio even real? This chick flies all the way to see him in a whole nother country without ever speaking to him on the phone or even FaceTiming, Skyping. I mean, what's up with that? She gets there, gets off the plane, and he sends her a text message and says, I gotta work, I can't come. Leaves her there. So she's gotta find her way, goes to this cathedral garden and sits there for several hours. I would have already been like, bye dude, gotta go, I ain't playing it. Then he drags her to a beauty pageant with him. I mean, this guy just is so clueless, and he keeps saying he has strong emotions for her. If you did, you probably wouldn't have behaved the way you did. You are not all that, dude. It's time for her to go. And our last couple is Larry, 37, and Jenny, 24, from the Philippines. Again, I don't see this couple lasting because he already saw online that she was active on her dating profile. And then she ignores him right before he gets there. Again, speechless. What do you say? I really want to root for these couples, but I just don't see any of these couples making it anywhere. We'll have to see. And we'll talk to you next time after we watch the next episode of 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. This is Monica from So Many Shows, SoManyShows.com. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at So Many Shows. And in the comments below, make sure to tell me, what is your reality? See you later, y'all.